What's up everyone, my name is Klaus and today we have a very serious topic to discuss. Is FACEIT really better than Premier, or is it all a sham? Now, let me give you a little bit of background. I've been playing Counter-Strike since about 2015 and have about 1100 hours in the game. Now, I know some of you will say, that's not a lot of hours. Well, for me, that's a lot. First, I want to go over the trash, absolutely horrible RR system that they have in this game. After winning 10 Premier games, you start gaining or losing MMR. Now, I have about 50 wins on the Premier mode, and I'm at the point now where I'm getting minus 300 plus 100. In what world does that seem fun to play? It's not. And on top of the horrible RR system you have to deal with, people are either trolling or throwing in at least 80% of your games. There always has to be one. Even if they're not on your team, they still ruin the experience for everyone in the game. And I've lost track of the amount of times I've been called all types of slurs in these games, and reporting does not help. Valve doesn't care what people do in chat on this game. Now, I know I might be called a sweat for this next one, but it's just not as competitive. When I sit down and I play a competitive shooter, I'm not playing it for an easy game. I want to challenge. I want to play people. That's what I play these games for. I don't play them just to play. I want to play for a purpose. Now, I think Premier offers a way less competitive experience than FACEIT does. Not only are the people who are playing on FACEIT going out of their way to play on a separate platform, but their rules are way stricter. Now, this is coming from a place of love. I love Counter-Strike. I love this game. I wouldn't have spent as much time as I have playing the game if I didn't like it. But the experience that you get when you download the game off of Steam and play through their servers is simply not as good. I'm saying this out of a place of love. I really do love this game. I would just like it to be better. Now, I have a few recommendations, not that my opinion matters, that would make this game better and feel more purposeful to play. The first one is going to be the game offering some sort of challenge. You see this with every type of game that comes out now, from Warzone to Fortnite, even Overwatch does it. They have daily and weekly challenges that gives the player a purpose to play. Now, I think this is one thing that FACEIT does really well, and I'm going to touch on that in the FACEIT section of this video. But having that reward there for you when you complete a task on a game gives the player purpose. Even Valorant does it. Play 100 games, get 100 kills, whatever. It gives the player purpose to play the game. When you think about it, what are you playing Counter-Strike for? You're playing it for your weekly drop, and that's it. So I think challenges would offer another way to satisfy the player base, to give them a reason to keep playing the game. Now, the second recommendation would be revamp the Premier system. There's zero reason why I should be losing 300 RR and only getting 100 per game. I think that is ridiculous. You have to offer some sort of balance there. Somewhere in the middle, there's got to be a spot, and it's very inconsistent. The next, just look at your reports, Valve. Please, there are plenty of players that are playing this game that have thousands of hours that say things that they shouldn't be saying. Not just saying, doing, mauling teammates, throwing nades in my feet. I'm over it. It's horrible, and I'm really done with it. Alright, let's get into FACEIT. So, I downloaded FACEIT at around 1,000 hours on CSGO, and was genuinely surprised as to what I got. My first game of FACEIT, I was greeted with a knife round. Now, on Premier, when you are doing your map vote and ban, you have the option to vote which side you want to start on. On FACEIT, you have a knife round at the beginning of every single game. Whichever team wins that knife round is the team who gets to choose if they want to stay on the side that they started on or switch. Now, I like this way better than the voting system. Why? Because you have to fight for which side you actually want to start on. Some teams like to start on CT, which is the best way, and some teams like to start on T, which I think is pretty cool because you have to earn the right to be able to select. Now, After that first game, I was greeted with an elo screen. It shows you how far you go up, how far you go down. And to be fully transparent, I did get the Premier subscription just to try it out. And the value of what you get with that subscription is astronomical. I can see my KD, my headshot rating, which map is the best. You can also view demos, which you still can't do in regular Counter-Strike since they disabled it. And also, the biggest part for me was the challenges. It gave me a purpose to play. Win 5 games, play 30 games. It didn't matter for me. It gave me a reason to want to keep playing. Now, one of the biggest draws that I had on FACEIT was the tournament system. Now, I don't have a bunch of friends to play with, but I do have a good old brother. And we started to enroll in the wingman tournaments. They happen almost every other day, every couple days, something like that. And it's incredible. I always wanted the feeling of competing in an esport. I've never really been good enough to really compete, but I would call myself a pretty good player. And it gave me that feeling. It gave me a reason to want to go out there and win. Also on FACEIT, you have a thread page. You have a little feed. So other players can post, teams can post. You can see what's going on, and it acts as a social media platform for Counter-Strike, which I think is pretty cool because Valve has the community hub and community threads, which you really only ever go there for a problem. I think everybody knows that. The missions on FACEIT really gave me a purpose to play, and on top of that, being able to compete in wingman tournaments. If I had 5 friends, I would play a regular tournament, but wingman tournaments every other day and gain FACEIT points for that, I thought that was pretty cool. Now with the FACEIT points, you can buy things like team merch and in-game skins, which you can't do on Counter-Strike, and also real life items such as shirts, lanyards, things of that nature. Another cool thing about FACEIT is they have a watch page. Now, if you have a subscription, while you're on that watch page, you can watch the perspective of any player that you are watching, which I think is amazing. I like staying on one player, kind of seeing what they're doing, how they play. You know my favorite players. I'm a FaZe fan, so yeah, make fun of me in the chat. But I thought that was really cool as well. So at this point, you're probably like, Klaus, this sounds like a FACEIT advertisement. It's not. I'm just giving you guys a genuine perspective from a player who had never played FACEIT before, hearing all these things for years about FACEIT's better, and never going to try it. Finally trying it, and it being way better. I'd recommend anybody who's never played FACEIT before to just go out and try it. You don't know you like it until you go try it, and that was the boat I was in. So overall, what I want you to gather from this video is, if you haven't played FACEIT before, which the majority of you probably have, go try it. Premier is not worth sitting there all day and crying about because your Premier rating is being lowered by 300 elo per game. It's BS, it really is. So overall, FACEIT's the play. Don't even bother with Premier. It's not worth your time. So on that note, it's been Klaus, guys. Thank you for watching the video. I love you. Later.